Hey everyone, my name is Alexia Maria Orivella, reporting for Hollywood Connections inside of the Tan Talk radio station, and we are here with one of our guests that just came off from the, I think that was the first hour or commercial break. So
Quarter, yeah.
So can you tell everybody who you are?
My name is Ali Mang, and I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I was here last weekend with Forbes Riley and Steve Hopper for the $100,000 handshake. It was a 2-day seminar at Forbes Riley Live at her studio, which was exciting as all get out. And I was just there it's always good to get inspired by really great thinkers, and so that's what we're doing. And Dawn and I befriended each other. Now we're BFFs for sure. And here we are today. We have our own radio show up in Canada. It's called the Performers Lounge, where we highlight Canadian talent. We have so many fantastic Canadian, from jazz musicians to incredible singers and actors. And so that's what we do. We're doing similar things to you guys up here. So we're going to maybe bring the Performers Lounge down here as well. We'll do some simulcasting.
Wow, that's great. So that's what you were talking about on the radio. And in case nobody was listening or watching the podcast, you guys knew why. Yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah, okay.
Right, exactly. So we heard you singing and everything.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
You know what? The story goes that I started in the business. I've been in entertainment business for 31 years. I started as a singer. It was actually a country show, so I think we're going to do a little a cappella country number after. And that's what I started. And then I became what my agent used to call me is the commercial queen. So I did about 100 commercials over the 15 years, U.S. nationals and Canadian nationals, and that was kind of neat. So I sort of got out of the musical theater world. 2 years ago, very, very, very dear friends of mine, David Rogers and David Hogan's, they're co-artistic directors of a wonderful, wonderful summer theater called the Victoria Playhouse Petrolia. And they put on 8 musicals a year every summer, and they were doing a show called The Women of Country. And they called me in May and they said, Ali, get out of retirement. You are going to be in this show, because there were a lot of young women, 20 and 30, and they needed sort of an older veteran. And I said, guys, are you kidding me? I haven't sang other than the shower in 30 years. Do you really want me? I mean, there's a lot of great people. And they said, no, we want you. We want Mama Bear, and we want you. So it was the greatest experience of my life, totally out of my comfort zone. And it was wonderful to have friends that you trust and you just give over to their everything, and to realize, I'm getting emotional, and for them to say yes to you and to say you are the one. And that's the power of, I think, what we're all looking for. So anyway, that's my story.
Great. And so how did you transition from singing to commercial work, and then you're here now and you're helping other singers and everything?
You know what? In the business, of course, this, your Hollywood Connections, everybody has agents. So my agent would get me work, and of course, they're submitting you for everything. And I just happen to have the right look, particularly for commercials. It's not about talent, it's about look. So I had a great look for a span of time, and then I got out of that. I've written 3 books. My first book was, we've got some neat little music. My first book was Sold Out, How to Sell Out on the Worldwide Shopping Channel Stage. So my whole acting career allowed me to get into the next phase of my life, that has me being a guest expert on our national shopping channel, which is the exact same as HSN, but it's a lot smaller. Obviously, our country is 10% the population, but this is a very, very large shopping channel, and I represent a home line called the Home Suite Collection. And so it's my pleasure, and we're celebrating 10 years coming up in October. Yeah, so it's great. Forbes Riley, she comes up to Canada a lot. We befriended each other years ago. She was doing a keynote speech for Oprah Winfrey, and I'll never forget this. We were sitting at Starbucks, and she said, come with me. We'll share a room. I'm going to be keynote speaking at Oprah Winfrey. She said, come, stay, and look. And I wasn't thinking clearly, and I said, I'm sorry, I can't. It was the silliest experience. It was the silliest answer, but I guess I wasn't ready. So when she called a few weeks ago and said, I'm doing this seminar 2 weeks at Forbes Riley Studio, I want you to come. What did I say? What was my answer this time? Yes, it was. So that's where we are today. It's just so exciting. I decided to become a talent manager because in Canada we have agents. They're fantastic agents, but there's no sense of managing talent and managing career. They do it very well in the United States, but there's not that many agents that do that in Canada. It's just a different game. It's a different industry. So that's what I do. It's a small boutique. I manage keynote speakers. I manage some of the best musicians our country has. And I also produce a show once a year called Here's to Life. And it is a show that raises awareness, and it's a foundation that is in my sister's name, who committed suicide 10 years ago. And so this is all about raising awareness for mental illness and managing, because that is even such a hidden monster still. And so Here's to Life is all about, which is what I sang in there, there you go, is all about, becoming just, speaking about mental illness and managing it, and that it's okay, and we all have moments in our lives. So it's been a foundation that we've already started raising amazing amounts of money, and it's a labor of love. So does that answer your question?
That does answer my question. I have one last question.
Okay.
Where can everybody find all about you, your books, your music, and if they wanted to get in contact with you so you could possibly manage them, where can they get a hold of you?
Great question. So you can always go to alimang.com, ALLIMANG.com. That will give it all. It'll actually give you'll see like I'm an ADD performer, because I'm a talent manager. I'm also a keynote speaker. I'm also an author. I've done 3 books. I've got one just coming out that has been out a few months. Your First Moment Earns You More Moments. Stand out in today's job market. And in April, another one, my last one, that will be coming out, My Force of Life, Living Through the Loss of a Loved One. And it's about the loss of my sister in managing, and the loss of my mom to cancer. So it's kind of the trilogy, very different books, obviously. But to go to my website or my agency, if you do feel you have something very special, I'm only looking for headlining artists. You can be young, but you've got to be talented. By all means, go to Rutherford Mang, RUTHERFORD Mang.com, and you can contact me there. But you can always get a hold of me through my website, alimang.com. Thank you so much. You're a great interviewer.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Thank you, and so are you. And we're happy to have you on the radio station. And thank you for this interview. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Don Reese and all the great people here in this family.
Thank you for watching.